Hi viewers, here is another quick one for an SAT question. Here we have this diagram and we are given that if AC, which is this arc, is a semicircle, what is the perimeter of the shape? As we know, the perimeter of a shape is simply the addition of all the sides that make up the shape. So, that means we need to sum up all the sides of this shape to get the perimeter. Let's get to it. So, the solution. We can say that if we want the perimeter, we definitely need to find the length of this arc. But it's not an arc. We are told that it is actually a semicircle. So, to find the length of this semicircle, we might need to go back to our circle. We know the length of a circle, which we also call the circumference of a circle, is given as 2 pi r. Or many times we can represent it in terms of the diameter as pi d. So we know that radius is always diameter divided by 2. So if we put that here, we have 2 pi d over 2. So that means the perimeter of a circle is as well pi d. All right. So if we find the length of this half of a circle, that's a semicircle, we only need the length, then we add 4 with 3 to it. So how do we find the length of a semicircle? We can say length of a semicircle will definitely be pi d divided by 2. Since the length of a whole circle is pi d, and we know that a semicircle is exactly half of a circle, that means we divide the perimeter of a whole circle by 2. But the question now is, we don't have the diameter of this semicircle. So if we try to factor that, we'll notice that the diameter of this semicircle is exactly the hypotenuse of this right-angled triangle, which we can simply get from our Pythagoras rule. You recall that in a right-angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse, which is the longest side of the right-angled triangle, is always equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. That means if I call this side S, the square of S is equal to the square, the sum of the square of these two sides, which are 3 and 4. So we have 3 square plus 4 square. That gives 9 plus 16. So the side S will be square root of 25, which is 5. So that means the value of this hypotenuse, which also serves as the diameter of the semicircle, is 5. So we can say that the length of the semicircle is now pi multiplied by the diameter, which we got as 5, all divided by 2. So the perimeter of the shape, we can say perimeter will now be 3 plus 4 plus, of course, the length AC, which will give us 7 plus the length AC is exactly 5 pi divided by 2. I will say 7 plus dividing 5 by 2 gives 2.5 pi in unit. That's our final answer. I hope you find this useful. See you on the next one.